that is kicking. What's good, Chiefs Kingdom? We are back live on the channel. Had a little technical difficulties. That's why we're starting a little later, but we still made kickoff. So the Kansas City Chiefs just kicked off to the Cleveland Browns, and it's the preseason finale. We're that much closer to the regular season, so it's some exciting stuff, and I can't wait for banner night. With that, though, there are a few things I'm going to be looking out for this game. One, the huge quarterback battle. Now that we know Patrick Mahomes and majority of the starters, it's going to be Mahomes, Kelsey, MVS. They won't be playing in this game, so we're going to be focused on guys like Shane Buechele and Blaine Gabbert. A lot of people don't think there's a legit quarterback 2 controversy. I don't know. I beg to differ. A lot of people think Coach Reid goes with that veteran backup, which is protocol. That is what he does, but Shane Buechele's been proving himself, and if he does it in this game, he might just earn that quarterback 2 spot. And then the big topic of conversation throughout this whole offseason has been Chris Jones. So I'd like to see some of these backup interior guys step up today. Derek Nottie, the rookie, Keandre Colburn. I didn't see if Wharton was active in this game, but if he is, that'd be a great sign to see. And then lastly, but not really lastly, because it's been a key topic throughout training camp, and the flashiest position, the wide receiver position. Let's see some of these young studs still make some of these highlight plays. I think this is going to be a great game to tune into and to wrap up the Kansas City Chiefs preseason. Let's adjust this real quick. Okay, perfect. And right now they went to a quick commercial break because on that kickoff, I believe Jakeem Grant got injured, so that's unfortunate. I didn't really catch much of the injury. It was on the initial kickoff for the Cleveland Browns. This up real quick. With the defense first up too, I'm intrigued to see. I know Coach Reid says starters are going to be out there. The only key one they didn't mention was Nick Bolton won't be active in this game, so I wonder if every other starter will be on the field. We'll find out real quickly here. Unfortunate, they did bring the cart out for Jakeem Grant, so crossing fingers and praying it's nothing too serious, but it doesn't look like a good sign, definitely with the cast around his leg right now, so hopefully it's nothing too serious for him. With that, since I missed the initial kickoff, the Cleveland Browns will start on their own 18. Deshaun Watson will start this game. And I see the lovely 23, Drew Tranquil, will be out there too with the starters. So this is some good stuff. I'm excited for this. They started off in the Wildcat, actually. And number 20 took the direct snap. It's a gain of 6. I do not know who number 20 is for the Browns. I know Chubb isn't playing right now. Okay, with that, that'll bring up, I believe, 2nd and 5. Yep, Deshaun under center, takes the snap, wide open. I think that's Donovan Peoples-Jones, yeah. Not something I want to see out of the secondary. The secondary, to start the preseason, has been getting caught in certain pass situations, too. Last week, they looked very good. A lot of people will say it's the Arizona Cardinals, so what do you expect? But I want to see them build off that performance because we had kind of a letdown game against the Saints and then a big game against the Cardinals. Let's keep going off that high. Watson not going deep to Cooper, but Williams, good coverage. That's an incomplete pass. And I think Joshua Williams and Jalen Watson, those are going to be two guys going in year two. We might have to highlight heavily on to start the season because a key injury that seems to be been played under the radar, but L'Jarius Sneed. They've been saying knee swelling. But he's missed the entirety of fumble. Hold up, fold, and the Chiefs recovered. That was just a bad exchange. Leo Chanel fell on the ball. You love to see how that starts out. I will take any miscues of the day. It was just a handoff. Sloppy exchange. Chanel was there. Perfect. One thing I wanted to see today, too, is turnovers. I don't care how they happen. Defense, just get the ball. And that's what I love to see. I want to see fumbles. I want to see interceptions. I want to see sacks. I want to see it all piling up. So, yeah, it's a Browns miscue, but I'll take it any day of the week. And I believe now that the Chiefs are going to be going on offense, I believe Shane Buechele will be out there. And yes, it's that quick. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with the handoff, and that's not a pretty handoff. That's like a loss of 2 or 3. So I know the Chiefs Kingdom, who's already all over CEH's head, they'll be barking at him for that one too. Honestly, I don't think any running back was going to be good in that situation. The Cleveland Browns defensive line bulldozed the O-line to get back there quickly. What's up, Taylor? How you doing? Game day, final, preseason finale. You gotta love it. We're that much closer. Quick pass to CEH, incomplete, but also he was kind of blanketed too with 2 defenders. So not how you want to see this Chiefs offense starting off. So let's see what they'll do on 3rd and long. It'll be 3rd and 13. Jerick McKinnon is in the game. Sky Moore is in motion. Sky Moore, they went screen. But it's Jet McKinnon. Jet McKinnon got the first down and then some. You could take him out of the game. Take him out. Jet McKinnon will do what Jet McKinnon does. I'm surprised he's even playing in this, but he got a quick pickup of like 17 on 3rd and 13. His night should be over with. We know he's going to be one of the key featured backs for the Kansas City Chiefs this season. And also, I don't know if he was activated or not, but I think Isaiah Pacheco might see some time today too. So that's exciting for Chiefs Kingdom because we're excited to see that grown man do his thing. All right, 1st and 10, and I think that's Pacheco back there. It is. With the handoff, stiff arms, still a loss of 1. That Cleveland defensive line is getting through. They've been in the backfield almost every play so far. So that O-line gotta look a little better than what I'm seeing right now. Pacheco still in the game. Looks like Richie James. Sky Moore is out there now. Fake. Pass. What a catch. I think that was Watson too for you Chiefs Kingdom lovers out there. A great catch, bracketed again. Like he was covered very well. It should be like 3rd and 2, I believe. And Juan Thornhill with the hit. Former Kansas City Chiefs back in Arrowhead. That was a good catch by Watson. Throw was behind him. Oh yeah, you could tell. He got hit in the ribs. He's got to catch his breath a little bit. Sky Moore's in motion. And they're in the red zone too. Oh, I do not know where Buechele was throwing that football. I don't know where he was looking. I wish I knew. It looks like it was in Noah Gray's direction, but I don't think it was catchable for anybody. Yeah, Taylor, it's good to see Pacheco back there. Even though it was a loss of 1, he's still like, threw off 3 players, 3 defenders. He fights with the ground in every step. You love to see it. All right, Bucker coming out for the field goal. It's a chip shot. It's shorter than an extra point. This should just be easy practice for Bucker. Hopefully. It's a 32-yard field goal. And it is good. So the Kansas City Chiefs are first on the board, 3-0. And let's update this scoreboard. Bam, bam. There we go. So I guess positives all around. Inconsistency on the offense first drive. It took a little bit to go, but Jet McKinnon was the one who picked up the nice long 3rd and 13. Mr. Reliable. And then the defense, you could say they got bailed out, but they ended up with the fumble on their first drive. So to get points all around, pretty positive. What I'm anticipating in this game, too, is from both quarterbacks, what I would love to see now, I don't know if that's what we're going to see, is I want to see the legit battle. So I want to see Shane Buechele have the first 2 quarters, and then I want to see Blaine Gabbert have the last 2 quarters, and just let them fight for the last backup spot. And then the 4th-string quarterback in Chris Aludakun, we all know he probably won't make the team, so I think he is a lock for a practice squad player. So just let these 2 battle it out, and may the best man win. I don't know what the Kansas City Chiefs have in mind, if they are going to run with 3 quarterbacks or if they want to go back to 2. Last year was kind of an interesting year because that was the first time in the Andy Reid tenure in a while with the Kansas City Chiefs we've seen him run with 3 quarterbacks. And the reason so is because Shane Buechele was almost poached by the Arizona Cardinals. So you could tell they don't want to lose him. And if he keeps looking good, it's going to be hard for them to be like, yeah, we're going to release him and then try to get him on the practice squad. I just see that highly unlikely. I feel like whoever shines here will be quarterback 2. And I don't know if they go quarterback 3, but I'm kind of feeling, even with how kind of cap strapped they are right now, that they might just move in a different direction. Okay, back from commercial break. The Kansas City Chiefs are getting ready to kick off to the Cleveland Browns. And it's returnable. Let's see if the special teams can dot there quickly. Ooh, they both slipped. But there was like a defender slipped and Felton slipped at the same time, but they were both stopped on the 21-yard line. So, stopped them inside the 25. I can't complain. Yeah, Taylor, as you mentioned, something tells me they really believe in Shane. I just don't see them. And I think it's also indicating on what they did the last 2 games with him starting over Blaine. They want to see a lot out of him. They're giving him a legit shot to win this battle. But like you said, roster cutdown days, always difficult. And specifically with how loaded this team is. Deshaun Watson takes a snap, scrambles. That should have been picked by Watson. Great coverage. He blanketed Cooper. You love to see that. On a receiver caliber like Cooper, great coverage, Watson. Wish he would have came away with the pick, though. All right, 2nd and 10. Screen pass, get there. Yep, quick. 3-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Defense doing their job. They stop them on 3rd and 7. Let's get the offense the ball back. And that's cool to see, too. I don't know who's rotating at safety, but the fact Mike Edwards is out there early, that's a good sign for him. All right, 3rd and 7. Get a stop. I want to see the D-line cause pressure here. A mini Hugh but pressure, but that's not a catch. That's not a catch. Here. Elijah Moore. It was a low pass. Watson made it very difficult, but 3 and out. You love to see it. I don't know who Taylor is. I don't know who Taylor is at cornerback, but draked him, so it's all good. All right, who's the punt returner out there? Marset. This is huge. I'm going to comment on this after this punt return. Marset recovers it. He's trying to switch he's trying to make a play. He didn't make much out of that. But so why I find that huge and why he got the first opportunity, as Chiefs Kingdom knows, he went berserk against the Arizona Cardinals. Now, can Marset just make this team just basically off wide receiver? I don't know. We're too deep. Game's going to be very important to him. But the fact that he's out there as a punt returner in the first one and probably will be as a kickoff returner, let you know Dave Tobe, Coach Reed, Matt Nagy want to see everything from Marset, and they want to see from offense, special teams, if he can actually be an asset for this team and this 53-man roster. I really hope this dude capitalizes off his Cardinal game and basically goes nuts again in this game. He's the under-radar type of guy to where I'd love to see him make the 53. I just don't know if there's enough spots because, like I mentioned, the depth is absurd. So he's going to have to make an impact on special teams, I believe, today to get that last and final wide receiver spot. I'm really hoping, though, after that first drive, I want to see a little bit of more. I want to see Sky Moore still out there. I still want to see the starting wide receivers. Of course, MVS isn't playing today, but keep them going, keep them moving as well, because we all anticipate Sky Moore to have a huge season, but he hasn't done much this preseason. I just want to knock the rust off a little bit, and let's see what he's about, and get him a few catches, and then call it a day, because nothing too crazy has happened on his end, and I already know we're going to see plays from the likes of guys like fan favorite Justin Ross, Marset, Rashee Rice will be out there, Richie James. It's loaded. The wide receivers are going to do their things today. But if I'm going to focus on someone, it's going to be Sky Moore. Let's see if he can get a catch or two before his night is over with. Micah, I don't know what I'm saying. I really don't. I really think Ross is going to make this roster. To me, yeah, I don't know how it would be possible. Because Justin Watson's a roster lock, as everyone says, but the fact we've seen Marset as the first punt returner, I don't think was by accident. I really do believe Dave Tobe and team wants to see what he is about before they make a final decision. I do think it's going to be a huge uphill battle. If he was to fight for anyone's roster spot, it may be Watson's. Oh, this ain't it. Good screenplay. P. Ryan to pick up a 9. But yeah, if it was a legit battle, I think it's between Watson and Marset. But again, I don't know. I think Watson could be a roster lock. It could look just the way we all know right now with the 7. But I know they want to see a lot of Marset. There's a Browns injury at the moment. And it looked like Bouchel took an awkward hit too where he had to stretch his shoulder out. And speaking of the guy, Justin Ross, he's out there. P. Ryan's out there right now. Rashid Rice is out there. So Sky Moore's night, it may have just been the first series. And same with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Nothing positive out of CEH that first drive. But P. Ryan, his first screen, looked very good. And I know a lot of people, specifically Chiefs Kingdom as well, they're focusing in on that running back group too, to where can P. Ryan, can Deneric Prince jump ahead of CEH? I don't know, honestly. I feel like that's another one where CEH may not be a fan favorite, but I feel like that's a roster slot. I feel like because he's been developed in the system, and what I saw last week, even though it wasn't positive, his pass blocking was there. He was helping the left tackle and right tackle out with a lot of good chip blocks, so that may be the thing to keep him as a running back 3. Again, I love guys like P. Ryan, but I think they'd have to go nuts in this game for the Kansas City Chiefs to be like, we can move away from CEH. And that may be the same with Marseille. He may have to go nuts this game to jump ahead of a guy like Justin Watson. Second and 1. Bushman in motion. That's P. Ryan. Look, P. Ryan. Oh, he didn't pick up the one, but he got hit in the backfield and almost took it a little past the line of scrimmage. Taylor, I do agree with that too. Deneric Prince was hyped up like crazy, and I was one of them to hype him up because I was excited about him coming to camp. But P. Ryan has looked like the better back right now, and it's showing because he's getting the snaps currently. Oh. Welcome back to KC, Juan Thornhill. He read that perfectly, Thornhill. That's a pick 6 on Bouchel, and that's not a good start for that QB2 battle. But I will say, Thornhill played that beautifully. He came out of nowhere for that pick. If I was Bouchel, though, even though it took a while to develop, I'm forcing that pass to P. Ryan more than I'm forcing it up the middle to where 3 defenders are at. Yeah, Bouchel thought he had a little Mahomes magic in him on that one, and that wasn't the case. Missed extra point, so it's 6-3. We'll update that scoreboard. Wait, hold up. Ooh, York is hurt. I updated the scoreboard probably for no reason. We'll keep it at 6 because it's still 6, but hopefully that's nothing. I didn't see York get hit, but I may have missed it. I thought it was just a shanked kick. Mike, that is true too. Bouchel has been forcing the ball a lot, and as we've seen, he makes where it looks like brilliant throws when they're completed, and then he gets intercepted like the one with Thornhill. It's adjusting to his game, and it's stuff he'll learn over time. So yeah, Watson did actually get to him. Yeah, York is limping, so what they're saying now is they don't have a backup kicker, so it looks like they're going for 2. And that is the case. They will be going for 2, so this is a good test for the Kansas City Chiefs defense in this kind of scenario. Oh, I want to see the fade route to Cooper, and I want to see how Williams matches up here. Fade, slant, whatever it is. I want to see Williams man up. And it's just a simple run. He got there. So it's actually going to be 8-3. Well, Bouchel going to get another shot. And I think even what I realized, I believe it was in the Saints game and now in this game too, With Bouchel, it takes him a little bit to settle down. It's like he gets those pregame jitters, but once he's settled, he looks like a good, decent quarterback. But when he first comes out there, he's throwing it everywhere. We saw, yeah, that was the Saints, where he forced a pass to Justin Ross when Justin Ross was nowhere near open, and he even forced that pass to Rashee Rice where he made an unbelievable catch. So I want to see how Shane Bouchel basically bounces back from this, because he is known where he can settle down, but also when it starts a game, yeah, he's a little jumpy. Yeah, I give him kudos for trying to make passes like that, but he'll learn quickly too that take the underneath route. Kind of like what we dealt with Mahomes in his rookie year too, where Mahomes always wanted to go deep and always wanted that home run play. And then you saw the maturity to where he's like, okay, just take the dump off and go from there. Not trying to compare Bouchel to Mahomes, but in that instance, it's like you had P. Ryan open on, well, not open, but you could have forced that and P. Ryan could have made a play for a yard. Instead, he looked deeper down, forced a pass, and it ends up being a pick six. It's something he'll learn, specifically if he's still on the Chiefs. Coach Reed will get him right. What's up, man? How you doing? And also, I noticed too, even though I didn't focus too heavily on it, I noticed Bushman was out there. I don't know if Blake Bell was already in the game, but that's another player I believe the Chiefs staff is going to try to highlight in this game to see if he's going to be one of those final 53-man guys too. All right, so now that it's kickoff time, I think this is the first kickoff the Kansas City Chiefs will receive. Who's back there? Is it Richie James? Is it Marset? Is it Watson? I know they're going to rotate throughout the game, but I'm intrigued to see who the first man up is. Or is it even Deneric Prince? Oh, it's a squib kick. It's Deneric Prince, too. Okay. And there's a flag on the play. Wasn't a bad return. I think because it was a squib kick made it more interesting than anything. Thornhill did have a few of them, though. Well, I don't want to say a few. He had a couple. One in specific I remember was against the Raiders when he jumped that route on Derek Carr and took it to the house, too. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the top player of Juan Thornhill, but he's a playmaker. We all knew that. And then, unfortunately, injuries got him the best in his sophomore year. And it just seems like we can never get that complete talent out of Juan Thornhill. He's showing he still has it. Hey, I wish him nothing but the best. And let's hope Kansas City, with Mike Edwards, with Brian Cook, are good replacements. Not a good pass by Bouchel there either. Basically threw in the dirt. You could tell. Bouchel is jittery right now. Not a good look for Bouchel either. If you're fighting for a quarterback 2 spot, Blaine Gabbert probably going to come out and look like a veteran. So he got to calm down. Smooth selling. Because if he had that pass a little lifted up, Ross picks up 7. So 2nd and 10. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a run. I would do a little. I'm not going to say the offensive line isn't helping him that much either today. Because the Cleveland Browns D-line is actually getting back there. Okay, yeah. It is the 2s. I was just going to look at the line too, yeah. The Kansas City Chiefs second string line is not helping Bouchel out. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of Bouchel. I think it's a little bit of the line. I want to see Bouchel at least get 3 seconds back there and see what happens. If he can get a pass to Ross, Rashee Rice, that'd be great. Okay, he's got time here. Oh. Is that a pick? That's got to be incomplete. I will say that was a good throw by Bouchel to Powell. Powell just got lit up. I don't think that was... I got to look at it again. Unless it never touched the ground. It is interception. It is interception. This is a rough start for Bouchel's series. Yeah, it was a nice throw by Bouchel. Powell just got lit up, and unfortunately, it took an unfortunate balance for Kansas City. Watson's still in the game. Cleveland wants to see what they got with Watson. Yeah, guys. This is a rough start for Bouchel's series. I'd have to see that, but I don't doubt it. I believe Rice could have been open, but also Powell was open too. Just Powell took a hit. Another guy who I just saw his number right now, who I believe, if it was me, if I was the coach, I think Charles Omenihu should play this whole game. Like, since he's going to be suspended for the first 6 weeks, get him those reps. Make sure he doesn't go rusty. Make sure he's looking good. I'd play him all 4 quarters. All right, 3rd and 4, going end zone. Mike Edwards got burned by Njoku. And you know what's funny, too, looking at that? I thought Mike Edwards was going to make a play on that ball. He didn't. He just undercut it. I don't know what he was doing there. He could have put himself in position, but he didn't. Yeah, he was following the player more, which is nothing wrong with that, but if he would have looked up, he might have put himself in better position. But rough start for the Chiefs. This is kind of similar to the Saints game. Actually, I think a little worse. York is back out there. So that's a good sign for Cleveland Brown fans. And it is 15-3. All right, Shane Bouchel, it's still first quarter. There's so much action that has happened in this game, and nothing positive really either. But Bouchel won't get another shot. I believe Bouchel, you got to run him through half. That line needs to give him a chance, though. They really need to give him a chance. At least a couple seconds. Yeah, Chiefs Live. That was a beautiful play by the defender. And the fact the ball never hit the ground is crazy too. I'm excited to see Blaine Gabbert too, but the line's got to hold up too. It don't matter what quarterback out there. Well, besides Patrick Mahomes, he'll make a play. But if it's Blaine Gabbert or Bouchel, line's got to give these dudes a chance. And also too, Deneric Prince, take that out. Yeah, you trying to fight for a roster spot? That ain't gonna do it. He got to the 15. What was I saying? I was saying something. Oh yeah, offensive line. the Kansas City Chiefs got depth at multiple positions on this offensive line. So these guys aren't solidified either. So they got to step their game up if they want to make the 53. Taylor, you're speaking nothing but facts. Win or lose, preseason, we got Kansas City Chief football back on. That's a beautiful thing. Bushman in motion. They're not giving. They're not giving Bouchel a chance. That was just a free defender with a nice deflection. If I was Kansas City, I'm learning a lot. I would learn a lot about these running backs too. Get them in there to chip block some of these edge rushers to give Bouchel an extra second. Quick pass to Rice. You love to see it. 9-yard pickup by Rice is who he is. He's a physical possession receiver. Gets it to 3rd and 1. I will say, the Browns defenders are laying the hammer down. Okay, they got Ely out there now on 3rd and short. Oh, Rice. I got to look at the replay, but it looks like you got to make that catch, Rice. And one Ely had, that's what I want Ely to do. A beautiful block at a defender coming in. The tough start continues, though. Yeah, for a preseason game, these Browns defenders, they flying around making hits. Oh, Townsend bombed that point. Great coverage, too, at the 20. To flip field like that, that's why you got to love Townsend. I'll be the first to admit, I think he's been struggling this preseason. It's been inconsistent punts, but that was a thing of beauty. Yeah, Rice is going to have to make those plays, which he has been, but also you could say there's been inconsistencies there as well too, because in that first preseason game, he had a couple drop. Well, he had a drop, and then he had a almost fumble and recovered. Deshaun looking. Amenahue? Oh, Amenahue's got to make that sack, but KC still gets the sack. I think that's Herring. Yep. Herring does the cleanup work. There's a flag. They better just be holding on the Browns. Oh, flag in the secondary. What is that? This referee jacked. You ain't going to let me know the player that was holding, though? It was holding in the secondary by a DB. Okay, who was it? Yeah, he tugged the jersey. Who's 27? Fumble again. They're struggling with that center exchange, not center exchange handoff, but who's the backup running back? They recovered, it looks like. But number 20 just dropping a ball. Yeah, the Browns recovered that. Oh, yeah, you're right. That is Chamari Connors. And I'm big on Connors, too, but, yeah, you can't. Maybe he was intimidated by Cooper. I doubt it, but, yeah, you can't tug that jersey. That was completely obvious. Second and 12. Uzama got back there. This is not a good drive for Connor. Cooper made a huge play on him. The rookie's getting taught a little lesson here. But FAU, I love that. He basically got there to Watson. I love to see the pressure. But yeah. Cooper taking Connor to class. FAU. Even though it was a clear, direct play for FAU there, what I loved, he finished. He still took Watson to the ground. You love to see that, specifically out of a rookie. Some players let up when they see a quarterback about to throw. He didn't. That's a good sign. And FAU we may need him early in the season. We don't know what's going to go on with Chris Jones. We know Charles Omenihu is suspended. He may need to contribute sooner rather than later. Oh, that should have been. What are we doing, boys? Joshua Williams with a solid tackle, but missed tackles behind the line. All right, 3rd and 5. If you could hold them to a field goal, that would be great. It's a run. I will say, I liked how Charles Omenihu looked on the inside. He bullied their offensive lineman, but the running back easily ran through that hole. It's first down, 1st and goal. Williams on Donovan Peoples-Jones. Watson on Cooper. I want to see how those matchups look. Might just be a run play, though. Nope, Cooper's open. That was a... If he would have looked for Cooper, it would have probably been a touchdown. Elijah Moore in motion. Handoff. Kansas City struggling to stop the run. Is this a touchdown? Yeah. He was stopped at the 1. There's an initial hold there, and then even when there's an initial hold, guys aren't making the initial tackle either. I hope he does. I hope he challenges Watson here. I want to see what happens. Nope, it's a run. Why not? The run's been working. Yeah, their run game is just bullying this Kansas City Chiefs secondary, second string team. Come on, Casey. Give me some positive. Ned York for the extra point. Probably should make it 22-3. I say Ned. Why am I saying Ned? I'm saying, what? The San Francisco 49ers GM? It's Cade York. That brings it 22-3. Bam. Yeah, yeah. They need to hit the weight room. They need to get that bench press, anything underway. Because right now, that initial tackler isn't making a play. No matter who it is. You can't really call out anyone but the whole defense. What's nuts, this is still the first quarter, guys. There's still 1:45 left in this first quarter. And this game already feels long. It feels like we've watched the whole game almost with all this action going on. All right, kickoff. What I like about this, they're not showing commercials like that. I love that. All right, Deneric Prince, make a play, boy. Get on this roster. That won't do it. And there's flags, so I'll probably be coming back too. That's a penalty on Powell too. Powell's not having the greatest first quarters. Yeah, Mahomes, he's definitely that difference maker. Lucky he's our quarterback too. Speaking of players who are good, they're showing Travis Kelce too. He's pretty good too. Powell in motion. Pirine with the handoff. Good carry, Pirine. Get there, Pirine. It's what you love to see. Fight for that spot. That was like a pickup of what, 25? Maybe 20. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it was still a good carry. That nice HB counter. All right, maybe that gives the offense a little bit of life. Bushman. Good throw, good play, Bushman. That was a high snap. Ely. Good play, Ely. Get out of the backfield. It was only a pick up of 3, but it looked like an ugly play to start. So the fact he picked up 3. That should wrap up the first quarter. A long first quarter. If you could predict the future that well and Justin Ross a deep touchdown, I would love that. That would be beautiful. Let's see. I gotta update this. Go in a second. I thought that would be much easier. I'm learning this new thing all in one here. Okay, perfect. That should update too. Okay, that was simple. Yeah, and that's why I think, on your point, Micah, as well as like, I don't think, even though it's for Chiefs Kingdom, it would be beautiful to see him get these passes, but that's what the scouts and also the staff and all that look at when they analyze this whole 53 and specific this wide receiving core is like, is the dude getting open? If these players are getting open, they'll find a way on this roster because they know at the end of the day, number 15 is their quarterback and he'll get them the ball. So the fact Ross is still getting open, whether or not he's getting the ball, is still a huge positive sign too. And you're right, with Powell, that happens with a lot of players. And you probably see it with Bouchel too, is they know this is their last time that they'll be able to put tape on, not just for the Kansas City Chiefs, but for 31 teams. So they want to show out. And when you get nervous and when you start getting too hyper, that can be your worst enemy. So they need to just calm down and relax. So far, this drive is looking promising. Let's hope it keeps in that direction. Man, I love Nico. I think he'll be... Did they already announce? Did I miss it? Is he on IR already? I believe the Kansas City Chiefs will stash him on IR. That way they won't lose him. There's your boy Justin Ross, first down. Keep getting him the ball. He'll make plays. P. Ryan is looking. I love P. Ryan. I don't know if the Kansas City Chiefs would go that far to make him RB3, but man, he's honestly, of course, Pacheco hasn't played that much. If you take Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon out of the equation, P. Ryan has looked like the best back this preseason. Oh, I thought P. Ryan was going to make a play there. Pick up a 2. Oh, they talking to Brett Veach. You know you're going to get those Chris Jones questions coming in. Oh. Rashee Rice is having a little drop problem. I don't know if that play would have amounted to anything, but he did good on one of his screen passes last week. I just want to see him hold on to the ball and make a play. So now it's 3rd and 8. All right, 3rd and 8. I want you to pick this up. Keep the offense. Oh, blitz. High snap. Good pickup, P. Ryan, even though the offensive line collapsed. And that was actually Ely with the pickup. Ely picked up a beautiful block. Even though that looked terrible, Ely picked that up. Keep it alive. Defensive personal foul, face mask, keeps the drive alive. Anyway, I'll take it. Ely, that was impressive. Now the left tackle, I don't know who you were. Was that Niang? Yeah, the nerves and jitters could be playing a role into a lot of these players too. Perine. Perine's looking like the best player today. Perine want a roster spot. I don't know if he'll get it, but he want one. All right, let's punch this in the end zone. Give it to Perine. I want to see if he could punch it in from 5 yards away. Get there, Perine. Oh, he stood up after a stumble, but only a pickup of like 2. This Perine kid, he's exciting. What I would do here, and I think the fans would love it, toss it up to Justin Ross. Little fade route. Let him use his big boy skill set. I want to see him make a play. Yeah, and that might be it. That might be here. Called it. You love it. You love it. Yeah, he making the team. I don't think there's any question about that. That's what the Kansas City Chiefs will use him for. The Kansas City Chiefs last year, their offense was amazing. But let's not play any jokes. They struggled in short yard situations, and they struggled in red zone situations. Justin Ross is a difference maker there, where you could throw a jump ball, and he will make a play. Love that. Love that for Ross, too. I called that, too. And Brett Veach, maybe he just said and solidified Justin Ross on the roster, but he said he expects big things from Justin Ross this year. Dude's on the 53. I will be surprised, though. Trent Green and I forgot who the other guy is. That's a bad on me. Chiefs broadcaster, and I forget his name. But they didn't ask him no questions about Chris Jones. Maybe they told him not to. Man, I think the future of the Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers, not just for this year, but like if you look 2-3 years down the road, and I know Chiefs Kingdom, they'll be like, and I'm a victim of it as well when it comes to every free agency and draft period. It's like, oh, I want that nice, big play, sexy receiver type of guy. But if you look at it now, if you develop Justin Ross and Rashee Rice, those could be your 2 big-time guys. And then if Sky Moore is your true slot receiver, the Kansas City Chiefs could be set in the next 2 to 3 years to where the future is really bright. There you go. I drew a blank, Taylor. Thank you. Of course, I'm not going to draw a blank on Trent Green. That was my childhood quarterback, but I always draw a blank on Ari. Now with that good drive, love to see the offense got some life. Even though it took a face mask penalty, whatever. At least they got some life out there. The defense, let's keep it rolling. Let's do what we did in the New Orleans Saints game. Started off a little rocky, but they found a way to get back in the end. And unfortunately, what Chris Aludokun did at the end with the interception, they could have won that game too. But let's just bounce back. That's all this is about. Get there. I was about to say, Powell with a nice tackle. I thought Justin Ross was about to make a tackle. If he making tackles on special teams, yeah, he ain't going nowhere. You are not tripping. And I did say that. That was his last comment. He didn't say he made the team, but he says he expects huge things from Ross this year. That's kind of a little wink, right? To say, yeah, he's on this roster. From the early 2000s and up, that's my childhood. Trent Green, Priest Holmes, Tony Gonzalez, Dante Hall was my favorite player to watch. Those were fun times. And then it got rough afterwards. Okay, Chiefs Kingdom showing up. The largest crowd for a preseason game? You gotta love Chiefs Kingdom. There you go. There you go, Connor. Get those jitters slowed down a little bit. Make a nice solid tackle. I think Connor can be something special. And honestly, we might see a lot of him early in the season. All depending on what this L'Jarius Sneed injury is all about. I don't like these day-to-day injuries, specifically when Coach Reed is saying them. L'Jarius Sneed's been out this whole training camp, so I don't know if he'll be available week 1. Oh, that's a good screenplay. Come on, boys, make a play. And I didn't even notice. Deshaun Watson isn't in the game no more. It's the kid out of UCLA. I'm just struggling on names today. I got the college right. Thompson. There we go. Yeah. I said it before I saw the jersey. Damn. Come on, defense. Ooh, that was a fumble, but it was out of bounds. Willie Gay. Christensen's hurt. But he's on the sideline. But yeah, he a little woozy. Yeah, he ain't getting up either. I wonder if they're going to keep play going because he got tackled out of bounds, or he made the play out of bounds. He honestly hurt himself. He went up high, and I believe it looked like right here, neck, shoulder area, and then once he went up high, he just fell. He's moving around, but Seventeen. Is that Halassi? I'm trying to remember numbers too. There's so much depth in new players that's where I struggle with preseason, is trying to remember all these names. Come on, bring him down. Come on, guys, just stuff him, bring him down. And that could be a battle too. That 6th cornerback spot, that could be wide open. And Halassi could be one of those guys. If he shows out again today, he may be a 53-man dude. Cam Jones has been all over the field early on. Yeah, I think 12 is Halassi. If I'm saying his name right. Good play. Who is that? Weiss, yes. That's one thing I'm focused on today. I want to see what rotational defensive tackle is going to step up. And Weiss, that is a beautiful thing. Get to the running back in the backfield. And Charles Minnie, he was still out there. I think Coach Reed, he heard me. All right, 3rd and 8. Yeah, he is bringing the... They getting there, though. Just threw it away. I wonder if Okay. Marsette's still your punt returner. We haven't seen Marset on offense at all, so... Wonder if that'll change here coming up. Or if we'll see him in the second half. Took a Chiefs bounce. Casey will take over at the 20. Or is that the new rules? Is that at the 25 now after a punt? I don't remember. They always change special teams rules. Finally. They finally brought pressure. It took them a minute. Hey, it's okay. Keep throwing it to Ross. Keep throwing it to everyone. I want to see this offense bounce back and keep going. Let's get it flowing. Bouchel's still fighting for that QB2 spot. If you got to throw it to Ross to get another touchdown, do it. Ross, Rashee Rice. I'd love to see, if anything, I want to see the ball go more to Rashee Rice here. I want to see him kind of bounce back from those couple drops he had. We saw him do it in the Saints game and in the Cardinals game where he struggled early on, but you get the ball to him early and often, he ends up getting into his groove. So let's get Rashee Rice in his groove. If Ross is open, bomb it to him. I think that's the overwhelming thing we want to see on this drive right now. Hey, I'm for it. If Justin Ross is going to go for a 50-yard touchdown, I think everyone will go nuts. Oh, really? Okay, Bouchel's night is done. Interesting. And Deneric Prince is in. Interesting. I already mentioned how I would have approached it. I would have had a half for Bouchel and a half for Gabbert and fight that QB2 spot. But, hey, we get to see Gabbert out here. Hopefully he gets the same weapons with Rashee Rice, Justin Ross, and Powell out there. So we can kind of get a same glimpse on what they work with in the same offense. And it's looking like it. There's Powell. Yeah, just off that pass. I know it's just one play, but Gabbert looks like a veteran. He was calm back there. The pocket was starting to collapse, and he still looked calm, delivered the pass. That's the difference between a guy like Gabbert and Bouchel. Yeah, that Justin Ross hype train, everybody's on it. as full as it is, I don't think it could hold any more people, but I think they're just going to keep jumping on. And if he gets early on in the regular season the touchdown, forget about it. He won't only have Chiefs Kingdom, he'll have all the NFL on him. Yo, what up, Tyler? Glad to see you jump in the chat. Second and 7. I believe that's blatant in motion. Yeah, the Cleveland Browns defensive line, even their second string defensive line, is no joke. They're making plays. Maybe Ross's yards will come here. 3rd and 7, find him. Prince, this is gonna be good tape for Prince right here. Get a chip block in because they're bringing the house. Going deep, he's got him. I'm not gonna lie. I played wide receiver. I know the over-the-shoulder catch is one of the most difficult catches to have, but Rice, you got to make that play, boy. He's struggling today. That was right in his lap. That's a touchdown. Rookie struggling. That's unfortunate. And again, kudos to Gabbert. That pocket collapsed. He stayed calm, and he delivered maybe not a beautiful pass, but it was a pass that could have been a touchdown and should have been a touchdown. Yeah, Rice, he's struggling with the catching today. I don't know what's going on because last week, besides one drop, he was clutch. It's funny what game-to-games do, really, though. Because coming off of the Cardinals game, I was like, if Rashee Rice can capitalize into this game, which there's still plenty of time, and I believe Rashee Rice's night is far from over with, but if he could capitalize in this game, he'll give Coach Reed, Matt Nagy, more of a reason to be out there. But now, with as shaky as it looks, he may get, like, I don't want to say the Sky Moore treatment because that's a bad way to phrase it, but we know how the Kansas City Chiefs don't rush rookies into the offense, and he may not be implemented into the offense until like October or November time. So it's crazy what game to game can do, but he still got time to capitalize. But rough start for Rashee Rice. Yeah, going back to the defense, I think one area that's loaded on depth, like you mentioned, Tyler, is the cornerback room. That's why I'm concerned, but not too concerned with the L'Jarius Sneed injury because if he happens to miss a week or two, I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs defense should miss that much of a step. Now, I'm not trying to discredit anything Sneed does, but when you got talent like McDuffie, Williams, Watson, and the list goes on, they're serviceable enough to get you through 2 games. Now, what concerns me, and we'll always go back to this story, is if Chris Jones misses any games. I don't like the depth behind him, and that's where it kind of gets a little eeky for me on the defensive side. All right, Chiefs on defense. Halassi with a beautiful play there. Speaking of these young cornerbacks, he's a dude fighting to get on that 53. Great play. All right, 2nd and 10. Ooh. Cam Jones got burned a little bit. Ended up with tackle, though. I was going to say, did George Karlaftis play out on this game? He may have been one of those guys inactive as a starter. I didn't see much of him, if anything. I know he missed a few practices this week with him being sick. Oh, good play. Halassi is showing up. Halassi wants that one of those spots. Love it. Tackle Felton in the backfield. Solid play. And that's the thing. You got to look at these small little things. And for cornerbacks, you got to tackle. When you're fighting for one of those final spots, you got to tackle. And that's a promising thing to see out of Halassi. I'm surprised I didn't call a PI there. But hey, Cam Jones with the coverage brings up 3rd and long. 3rd and long, as Ari just mentioned, Spags probably bringing the house. All right, bring him. Who's going to get to him? Who's going to get to DTR? Okay. A Minihue. It's completed still, but only pick up a 2. A Minihue better be eaten against these 2nd and 3rd stringers, so I like to see it. And see, that's what's so crucial and kind of sucks that Minihue is suspended to start the season off, because Minihue can play any part on the defensive line. So let's say Chris Jones decided he was going to hold out and miss a few games. You could put Minihue in on the defensive tackle, and then you would have FAU, Mike Dana, and George Karlaftis, which is serviceable. But now that they're both could miss time, sucks. Marset with the punt, picked up like 5. Let me get caught up a little bit with the chat. Tyler, I think Isaiah Pacheco is... yeah, he'll be fine week 1. He actually had like 1 carry this game. It was like a pickup of 3. He looked like Isaiah Pacheco. Coaches took him out. Yeah, he'll be ready week 1. And then I don't know who our 3rd running back is. I know Chiefs Kingdom probably won't be too excited to hear it, but I believe it'll still be Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But P. Ryan today, he's showing he wants a spot. So I don't know if he takes his spot or if they run with 4. It'll be interesting. Okay, hopefully that picked up. I know it cut out. I had storage issues and it just completely cut out on me. Hopefully that's in now. I see it's still loading. What a catch by Marset, though, there. Maybe I need... I might need to... Still loading. I might need to refresh this completely. It says connected. Hopefully that's kicking in for you guys now. I had a little technical difficulties and it cut out on me. I know this still says it's loading in. I might just need to restart the stream here. Yeah, that's what I'll do.